Hello, hi, hello. We're here. Uh, we're here. Yet again, I am not in the DM seat this week on my very own channel because my illustrious compatriots in my life are stepping in, stepping up, and honestly just helping me to be able to survive my day-to-day life by coming through with honestly a variety of mysteries. I feel like a variety of hijinks. Hi, hello. We're so glad that you're here with us, and we hope that you stick around. This is a one-shot adventure, so in and out, quick and easy. We hope we all don't die. And yeah, I'm Claire the DM. Welcome to the channel. We're gonna do introductions for everyone. Darius, would you like us to also say anything about our characters at this time, or no?
I think there'll be like a part like pretty soon. Once we're into it, there'll be a good like
Amazing.
go through all the characters.
Amazing. Do you have an icebreaker question you would like to ask the group as we do introductions, or would you like me to make one up?
Um, yeah. So this Claire was like, "Hey, run like a one shot and like have it be pretty light." And I was like, "Cap space capitalist murder mystery."
Yeah, super
Um,
light.
super light. So if everyone could tell me their favorite and least favorite thing about space.
I thought you were gonna say capitalism.
I
I
did too.
Me
really
too.
thought you were gonna say capitalism.
Because I've got shit to say.
I know, but
Okay.
it is a one shot, so it has to be like close. And like, we can't.
Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna start and then we're gonna popcorn around and call on people. Hi, hello, I'm Claire the DM. I am playing a character named Tove. My favorite thing about space is the vastness. And my least favorite thing about space is the vastness.
Yeah.
Uh Darius, I'm gonna have you introduce yourself since you're our fearsome leader for this evening.
My name is Darius. I'm at Darius Minis on Instagram. I paint a lot of miniatures.
And
I
they're
also play games and
beautiful.
stuff. Thank you. My favorite thing about space is not just that it's vast, but it is imposing. And like sometimes people spend lots and lots of money to not get there, which is hilarious. Um, and my least favorite thing about space is probably that we're real bad at getting there, and so there's just lots of garbage up there at the moment that we tried, and like it kind of just got stuck for a bit. My favorite part of how like I'm a physics grad student, but a favorite part about how Russia explored Venus was they just shotgunned probes and some of them hit. And like I'm here for that kind of approach to space.
Oh my god. Oh god. Allie. Familiar face, friend of the channel.
Oh, it's me again. But this time we're gonna mix it up. So I'm playing Slow Rock, my lovely
Incredible.
silver dragonborn monk. But I am Allie, friend of the channel. Nice to see everyone again. I think the thing that I like most about space has to be very similar to what other people feel is it's very unexplored. Who knows where we could go? I'd say maybe my least favorite thing to kind of edge on here of capitalism and space is this idea that people get to ride special rockets up to space before the rest of us, or I don't know, capitalizing on a bajillion satellites to hopefully bring internet access to all. But then we all know that's probably not how it's going to go down. So I don't like space capitalism.
Incredible. Yeah, shout out to Redley Dudley for making the overlay for this evening. Pinch hitter Redley Dudley coming through with the overlays. Joyce, also familiar face friend of the channel.
Hey everybody, good to see ya. So I think my favorite, or I guess I'll start with my least favorite thing about space. So my least favorite thing about space is that it's a vacuum. So there's no vibrations, there's no sound, and as someone who loves sounds, like that's a big, like deal breaker. Additionally, the idea of all of my organs being sucked out of my face when I enter the vacuum of space also terrifies me. So I've watched multiple YouTube videos about how to survive being jettisoned from a spacecraft. Those exist.
Is
You
the
gotta
short
exhale.
answer you can't?
You have
No,
to
you
breathe
can
out all
survive
the
for like a
air.
minute.
Yeah, you have to breathe out all the air in your lungs, or else your lungs are gonna get flipped inside out. Yeah, it's bad.
Ah.
So that's probably my least favorite part about space. But my favorite part about space is the content. I love space-themed movies. Would I ever go to space? Probably not. Have I watched every Alien Star Wars movie? Yes. I'm a big fan of all space-themed content. If you set a movie in space, there's a good chance I'll see it, unless it's like Passengers. So
I was betting, like, I bet Joyce has seen the Alien movies.
oh
I bet Joyce is
I-
in the Alien movies.
yeah, no, Ripley is
Big-
honestly the goat.
Big Ripley energy.
Yeah,
my
no,
God.
she's the love of my life. And that cat, the cat.
Is that oh my god, who Sigourney?
Sigourney, yeah.
Sigourney
Sigourney
Weaver.
Okay.
Weaver.
Amazing. Thank you, Joyce. Next up, last but not least, friend in my life, longtime viewer, first time face. No, is that
Yeah.
true? Is that even true?
Yeah, this is the first time face.
First time
Wow.
face.
First time
Yeah,
face
first time
on
face.
the channel. Also, I think that the mic that your Zoom is picking up is not your fancy mic, just so you know.
What?
I'm
That's
not
funny.
a 100. I'm not a hundo P, but I'm not feeling great
Come on,
about
sound guy.
it.
Oh, how about now?
Ooh, and those
Ooh,
tones.
you fancy.
Okay.
Well, hi everyone.
And now, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So I'm Derek. There's currently just so many sirens and flashing lights outside my apartment. My favorite thing about space is that there's no edge and it's constantly expanding, but it can't be expanding into nothing. So what's it expanding into? It's expanding into nothing. That's ridiculous. And I love that. I just love the audacity of space just in general. Going off
That's
the
a great album
capitalism
name.
thing, man, the whole, like, if anybody hasn't looked at the map, the real-time map of where all the satellites are and how many there are, that's too much. Like, we're going to get to a point where we can't leave Earth because there are too many satellites, and that freaks me out. I think about that too frequently. So we can't really do anything about that. We can't, like, go fetch them. There's not like a space fishing pole that we can, like, pull things down. So that's cool. That's
Fun
stresses me
satellite
out.
fact. There Times Magazine detected, like, a satellite that was in orbit around, like, the Arctic. And they were like, what is this? And the Soviet Union was like, we have no idea.
is
And the
gonna
US was like,
scare
crazy. I got no idea what that is. You know what it probably is? It's this conspiracy theory of an ancient alien satellite that's been floating around. Spoilers, it was a US satellite to spy on Russia.
Incredible.
In my heart of hearts, it's an
Amazing.
ancient alien
Absolutely amazing.
aircraft.
All right. Well, on that note, now that we all know, well, we all already knew each other, but now that you all know us and a little bit more about our fears and realities of space, we are here to be guided through space by a resident physics grad student. So every scientific fact you hear tonight is 100% absolutely not real, and don't try this at home. Take it away.
Try to build a spaceship at home, please. Don't try and
Elon
launch
Musk
it.
did it.
That's bad.
Just
Who is
remember,
that
if you
one
get
guy?
launched into space, exhale all of the air out of your lungs. That is the one
Yeah,
thing we
just
can
gotta-
teach you today. Great. Take it away, Darius. I can't run my own channel anymore.
Cool. So first up, gonna set up kind of some boundaries. So the scope of this one shot is fairly limited. I want to give a quick warning to people about some gore that might happen. I won't go into too much depth beyond what I believe is necessary to solve the mystery. But like, someone dies, it's a murder mystery, and I got to describe the dead body. Next, this is a story about space capitalism, and that might have some abusive relationships in it. Perhaps between a company and an employee, or a contractor. I'll let everyone know, of all of our players, none of them are employees. So otherwise,
Are we all
due
on
to this being,
1099s?
yeah, that's awful. Your taxes suck.
Incredible.
1099 or bust.
Oh.
Otherwise, due to this being a one-shot mystery, all necessary clues will be given without any skill checks needed, but you can make skill checks to get like extra skills, figure more things out, figure out things faster. Chat is free to speculate, participate, help keep notes, all that jazz. Because I think that's part of the fun of like streaming a mystery game. Cool. Is everyone ready?
I just want to take a
Never
moment.
be.
Do any of the players have any issue with chat speculating and or helping keep notes and or shouting things out? I personally would love that, but I just want to give us the chance that like if anyone in the group is like, I want to solve the mystery between the four of us. None of this internet shenaniganery.
I'm way too smooth brained to not rely on chat. So
Amazing.
let's go for
Chat,
it.
help us. Help us keep track of the world. Okay. I have my clipboard. I'm ready.
Wow.
Excellent. Okay.
How professional.
Pumps, wheeze, fans spin, the cool drip and metallic scent of hyperspace fluid being drained from tanks. Each of you wakes up from your hypersleep, your lungs fill with the dry, recycled air of the interstellar package transit ship B145. Can everyone give me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh my
right
God.
away. God.
Thank God I was like, it's a murder mystery. I'll just put, I'll dump all my bad stats and
good.
cons.
I rolled a 5.
I feel that so
Oh.
hard.
I got a 7.
13.
4.
10.
Or cool. Uh,
We all
Allie,
died.
can you describe your character and how you're doing as you're like coughing up liquid in like these weird like little like space tidy whities?
Yeah, hey, listen, it's been a while. So I'm coughing up this just kind of like trying to crawl out of whatever this thing is. I would say it kind of looks like you or any of us trying to get out of like a bathtub that's like draining and we're kind of like flipping over the side. It's that vibe. You're like, you're not really sure if you're gonna make it in one piece, but at least you tried.
As you're like getting out of the tank, kind of short, about 3 foot tall, dark-skinned, curly-haired woman with a small set of like little mechanical arms with medical tools on the back. You would know her as Dr. Kane. Comes over and says, "Oh dearie, oh," and she pulls out like a little like breathing mask and like puts it back for a second. Gets like a longer one for your like dragon snout, and like hands it to you so that you can like. And it's a bit nicer than the kind of like you know this is like the bottled air and not just the like air that's being recycled for years.
Special.
I got oh yeah, I found it. She kind of like roots around in like a little pack and pulls out kind of like it's almost like a brush, but more like coarse. It's like these are for your scales. I know that like with hypersleep you can kind of like grow them and they won't like shed properly because you're not moving around. So I thought this might help.
No words, just this.
Joyce, I have no idea how to say your character's name.
Saoirse
Saoirse.
Crapaple.
As you climb out of the real sticky hypersleep liquid, what's going on with you?
It's like if you've ever seen the episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Frank Reynolds shaves all the hair off his body, covers himself in hand sanitizer, and climbs out of a couch, that's what the visual looks like. I'm about like 3 feet tall. So it really is just like a calf being birthed out the side here. Just like, bleh.
Yeah, I think everyone does have like a slightly different like hypersleep pod because all everyone's here like different aliens and things like that. Yours is like very Birth-like.
Nice.
Kind of gets squirted onto the floor. The doctor like rushes over with like a little towel. Here, I warmed this up. I hope it's good. It's pretty fluffy, but not too fluffy because I know you can kind of get caught in there.
Thanks, love.
Scales. How are you emerging from the hypersleep pod?
So Scales wakes up as like you do if you're in a deep sleep and somebody like shakes you and you do the like and he like bolts upright and immediately starts to try to crawl out of the containment, and somehow, even though we've been preserved in this like liquid, he is dirty. And no one is quite sure how, but he is dirty.
Is this a way that he prefers to be?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I think then Dr. Kane comes over, and rather than handing you like a towel like she would someone else, she hands you like basically a little hair dryer, so you can like dry off the liquid but retain
The crust.
Yeah, the crust that
Yeah.
makes you feel. She like turns it on like way too like high at first. It
Yeah.
goes everywhere. She's gotta like turn it down. Like, all right, there we go. Okay, there we go. And finally, Tove, how do you you come out the best of anyone? Maybe still not great, but like, all right.
Rather than cough up whatever it is that's inside of my mouth, I swallow to see what it is. I immediately look for my glasses and my companion.
Yeah, as you real drink it down, it just tastes like blood. It tastes like blood. It smells like blood. It's clear, and you know this isn't blood, but like,
is it what
gun
it's
to your
supposed
head,
to be?
Yeah, gun to your head. If your eyes were closed, you could not tell the difference.
It worked.
So there were some issues. You all notice we were having some power issues, and so you all might not have gotten the best kind of rest because the hypersleep kept when the power fails, the hypersleep takes you out of hypersleep, but then it comes back on like before you like fully wake up. You all might have experienced that. She pulls out like a little pad. 786 times.
Couldn't have been more than 784.
She goes to the side and pulls like a little pod for your little bud.
Just truly like the wettest, like thick, chunky, two-headed looking like rabbit. But like the word I am not looking for is axolotl, but that is the only word I can think of. But what are the big huge rabbits? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking
it's
about.
Not
I don't remember its
axolotl,
name,
but
though.
that's what you get.
Axolotl?
A
real
lizard,
big
Flemish
No,
giant
they have
rabbit.
like
huge ears. Yeah. Anyway,
isn't it Welsh in their name, or am I thinking of something else?
It's a two-headed rabbit.
Flemish.
Vaguely, like maybe mechanical, maybe not, unclear. And one of the heads is obviously like vestigial. Like one of them works, and one of them is just kind of there.
Yeah, I think the vestigial one is just like leaking fluids.
Yeah, it's leaking the blood stuff for sure.
Dr. Kane's like, all right, is everyone doing all right, getting your bearings?
What about all 7 bells knocked?
Yeah.
Oh.
She kind of goes over and opens up all of your lockers so that y'all can get out of your like weird space tidy whities. And she's like, Commandant Vash has said that we're going to be docking in about 24 hours. And we need to have a kind of group meeting before that. There are some ship issues I'd like to maybe bring up. But I'll see you all in there in 15.
How about
All right.
20?
Give us a
Okay.
wide berth.
What's wrong with the ship, Kane?
We'll go over it. We'll go over it. There's some
Do you
stuff.
need a hand?
I need to talk to Zern about it, but you know how they are. Yeah. Oh, we'll just meet you there. I think Tove, you probably work with Varial Zern the most. They are very alien, and specifically don't like you because you have to work in very similar spaces, and they're just not about that. Also just like generally doesn't like other people having to like interact with them. But once you all kind of take your time to get ready, you can head up to the conference room.
I'm gonna put on my equally dirty clothes.
Saoirse's gonna.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Saoirse's gonna put on just her normal janitor's gray jumpsuit and her. She's got this nice dolphin necklace that she always wears, but yeah. But aside from that, she's ready to go.
Scales just has a pair of pants.
Classic.
Honestly, in
With
space,
a
the sun's always out.
they're like space cargo pants with various tools and things strapped to them, which nobody has ever seen him use any of the entire time that we've been on the ship.
4 years.
Yeah.
In 4 years, not once.
Not once.
Um,
I'm
So,
going
as-
to find my lab
yeah.
coat. And if I
It's,
can't
it's
find
in
it,
your
I will
locker.
take someone else's.
It's in your locker with the rest of your like little tools and things.
Great.
As you all kind of make your way through the ship, it's a massive ship. Really only like a tiny part of it is like in use. The ship in total is like 3 miles long, but you probably use like a football field sized chunk of it. It's very industrial, lots of pipes dripping water, steam vents, grates, no railings anywhere. And you make your way up to the conference room. The door is kind of grate open, and as you enter, you see 4 people around the table. You see Dr. Kane. She's climbed up on kind of a little kind of booster chair, so that she can sit kind of level with everyone. You see Rook the android. He is the ship pilot, and also looks identical to Ontion CEO Jarvelin Marlswag. Next, you see a very severe-looking woman with a tight blonde bun, military uniform, bionic eye, and a very large pistol at her hip. You know this is Commandant Rayla Vash. And finally, on kind of like a stool, you see a barrel-shaped creature with 6 limbs, 3 legs spaced kind of evenly around the torso, 3 arms also evenly spaced but offset, a large flower-like mouth on top, and 3 sets of eye stalks around the body. This is reactor engineer Varial Zern. Do y'all take your seats?
Zern, my friend, it's been 4 years. How long have we been asleep?
9 months.
Oh, well, it certainly didn't work then. And I just sit down.
Wow. Would you sit next to? Cool. Zern kind of like uses their limbs to like scoot their chair a bit further away from you.
My -1 charisma coming out immediately.
As it should.
Sarah's just gonna go sit down by Varial.
They don't pay attention to you that much. You're small.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna put my hands on Dr. Kane's shoulders and just pat. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna pat.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I'm just taking a seat.
Commandant Vash stands up, like, all right, everyone. The ship is docking in 24 hours, and preparations need to be made. Our 5-year contractors have already gone through their orientation videos, but the 1-year contractors, and she gestures to all of you, need to re-go through their yearly orientation video. Other than that, number one priority is making sure all packages are ready for offloading as soon as we dock. Dr. Kane kind of pipes in. Actually, there are some other issues that might be coming up before, some problems with the ship that I think maybe we've noticed. Zern kind of like, it's fine. We don't even poking around. There's like, I really do think so. We all noticed that the hypersleep had lots of interruptions in it, multiple times per day, large power surges. That doesn't seem good. I have a little list here. I think we need to sort these out because docking might be more difficult with the various issues going on. You see Commandant Vash kind of like rolls her eyes. Dr. Kane continues on like, so the reactor's been having periodic power surges. Maybe personally, a large number of medical supplies have gone missing, and those need to be accounted for in the company log. And the coolant system for some reason is overworking and icing over the main reactor. All right, fine. Sounds like something you can deal with in your free time. Preparing the ship for unloading is the highest priority. Annual contractors, will you please go to your refresher training? Vash kind of stands up, dismissing the meeting, and heads over to her quarters. You see it opens, she steps into like a vestibule, it closes then, and then you hear doors kind of on the other side working. Rook kind of just like looks around, and is like, excellent, I'll prepare for docking. And just kind of very mechanically stands up and starts to walk out. Zern kind of waddles off to like one of the elevators, go to the lower areas, and Dark Kane's like, okay, all right, y'all should probably get to your yearly refresher. I'll see what I can get done.
What's in the refresher training?
Oh, I think you've seen it. This is the 4th year now, so you've probably seen it like 3 times now. And honestly, it's only actually been a year of you all being awake since you saw the first one, because we go to sleep for 9 months and we're awake for 3 months. Yeah, it's it's the company policy for contractors, and what with Dash being the only employee. Yeah, but it'll be fine. It's the regular 30 minutes.
Okay. I start like cleaning off my scales and stuff, getting ready for a training, whatever this is.
I'm so sick of these trainings.
Yeah, I know. But come see me all once you're done. Or you all have stuff to do. You can do it. And she kind of gets her stuff together and gets a little notebook and heads out. Do you all head to the training room?
Yeah, I guess I know where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have been here. This is your 4th time going through it.
Yeah, refreshers.
Gross.
So
Let's go.
You all head into a small circular room with a large screen on one side. Once you all have entered, the door closes. Yeah. Did you wanna?
Oh, no, sorry. I was just moving my hand through the ether of space. I'm so sorry.
No. You enter a small circular room with a large screen on one side. Once all of you are in there, the door closes behind you, and you can hear it lock. And then a familiar video begins to start. it drones on about contractor roles, basically a lot of ways that the company is not legally responsible for truly anything that happens to you. They talk about like you have no like any dangerous cargo is like that's dangerous due to your own personal mismanagement of it. Any orders and things like that, large weights and stuff like that, really you should have allowed a larger kind of maintenance worker to deal with that, things like that. After about 15 minutes into the video, it pauses for a moment and the PA announces, reactor maintenance in progress. Shielding panels open. Please reduce power usage during maintenance. The video continues on for about another 15 minutes. Every 5 minutes or so, it pauses and the PA announces, reactor shielding panel still open. Please close. And as you all kind of leave the room after that's finished, it announces that again.
This is abnormal for a ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
I look at the group around me and go, this is abnormal for the ship.
Should we go look at it?
I refer to my notes from the training as I do every year that we get new notes from the training.
The notes say truly nothing beyond your specific job.
I'm sure that CEO Jarvelin would love it if we took initiative.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna roll for myself to see how dumb I would feel about this idea. Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like something that I could fix, I'm sure. He pulls out a hammer that still has like a barcode on it. It hasn't been used. It still has like the price tag, and he flips it.
Handle completely unworn.
Yes.
It is the cleanest thing on you.
Yeah, 100%.
Joyce, I think you were muted. You said something, but it didn't come through.
Oh gosh, I just said better than watching training videos.
All right. You all head down to the reactor room. The PA kind of goes on a couple more times. And you open the door and are hit with a very warm and humid blast of air. As you look, you see that the reactor doors are indeed open. And laying on the floor with her head blown off and a large amount of dried blood and viscera surrounding it is Dr. Kane. Next to her are a few tools and an access and Varial Zern's access card.
She was my favorite.
I feel like we really didn't even know her.
Oh.
In a very dramatic fashion, Scales is going to run in and just go, why?
The PA comes on, is like, automatic reminder to keep noise levels to a minimum.
You shut up.
Is the shield situation, is that like still happening, and is that in this room?
Yes, so the reactor doors are open. She's almost kind of directly in front of them. You can feel a lot of heat coming off of them, but you can also tell that the like coolant system seems to be like kicking back in and like cooling it back down.
Saoirse's gonna run up to the you said decapitated?
Like head fully blown off.
Incredible. I'm gonna run up to the fully decapitated body and start performing burial rites, grabbing my dolphin necklace and kind of just, saying a prayer, just like, oh, please, Deep Satalis, please guide her to the sacred shores.
Wait, Sharsa! This is a murder!
Do we do that in space?
Do what now?
The thing you're doing.
Well, Deep Satalis is, the patron saint of all travelers and especially seafarers. And if you think about space, it's like the sea.
Are you just going to throw her body into space?
Don't touch her body.
I think that we should throw the body into space.
Dead.
Not yet. Someone killed her.
Yeah.
Use your eyes. Can I make
yeah.
Can I make an investigate check for clues? Can I look for clues?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I other than the access card, I wanna. So earlier she said, Dr. Kane said earlier that the coolant was icing over the reactor, and now it's hot. Something is amiss.
Oh, sounds like science.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh my god! I fucking rolled 2 5s. 11.
11. You are like there. So either this person was lying to you. It's like probably not. Or like there was a bunch of ice on the reactor, and it's not there anymore. You can tell probably that it melted. It is noticeably very humid in this room as compared to like the rest of the ship. And you can tell that the like coolant system's starting to like kind of kick back in.
Someone turned off the coolant?
You're unsure if because you also, you're a bit of an engineer. You're unsure if that's what happened, but there does seem to be some issue with that happened with the coolant system and the reactor.
I look around to my compatriots. We were all together. This feels important to say because I am very concerned that as the contractors, we will be the first blamed for our dear friend's death.
I'm gonna lean down and pick up the ID card and toss it to you and go, looks like it was your friend.
Oh no. CERN is being framed!
Do we need to go kill someone?
Probably your friend.
Do we need to go kill your friend?
Well, it's best.
Yeah, and then we can throw him into space.
Maybe
Yeah,
before
and then
we
we
kill
kill your
another
friend.
person, perhaps the only person who could fix the ship. While I am very proficient with liquids, I do less well with solids. So it's probably best that we talk to
Don't
CERN
we all?
before we just assume that the only person who can fix the ship. Maybe we should call the commandant and alert her to the murder. Or everyone? Should we call everyone? How many
Do you
people
think
are on the
she
ship?
would just have us kill people anyway?
I'd kill Dr. Kane, though. I know she was complaining about us flying, sailing a little too close to the wind there, but I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Well, she knew something. She knew medical objects were missing. She called attention to power surges. Maybe she went to fix something, and whoever was doing the medical object stealing iced her. Someone blew her head off. It's not like she just stumbled into the gun.
Scales is gonna wander over to like a touchpad to talk and just click it and say, "We found somebody dead," and then step back from it.
You hear Commandant Vashkamon, someone contracted by the company or just any, because if they're not, just find an airlock and
All right, boss, from like behind the shoulder.
I'm gonna turn to the group and say, "Do we tell him who's dead or just throw him into space?"
She
So-
works for the company.
yeah.
But is she a contractor? Can we still throw her into space?
She's a person who saved us all from very terrible hyperspace sleep. The least we can do is figure out what happened. Then we should do burial rites. Then we can throw her out into space later. Right?
I'm in
Is
if
that
we
how
throw
your
him into
burial
space.
rites end? I'm not really familiar.
You
no,
do
as the
remember
body's been
that-
blessed, We're good.
Dr. Kane was like, if I ever die in space, shoot me off the airlock.
Great. But first we should solve her murder.
Sure. So, airlock time?
We have to solve the murder, and then... Don't worry, Slowrock. If we solve the murder, you'll probably get to kill the murderer, too.
But it's gonna sit there.
Well,
Righty, huh?
that's okay. We're going to solve the murder very quickly.
You do have less than 24 hours, then the ship docks, and then who knows what's going to happen.
solve
Great.
a murder, complete the training, airlock, and we're 3 sheets to the wind by midnight.
Exactly.
Wait, did we not complete the training?
No, y'all completed the training. That's checked.
Oh,
Check!
sorry, I thought
They
the
say-
trainings were-
don't
I thought
worry,
the actual
Shersa.
thing happened middle of the
They
training.
say it's best to make a to-do list with something you've already done so that you can check it off right away and feel good about yourself. So, great work.
Well, that just seems dumb.
Well, that's what I like to do with my lists. So, I pet my bunny.
And the like vestigial head kind of leaks some more like hyperspace fluid that hasn't fully gotten out of the rabbit.
It's
I'm gonna
alright,
go back
Sam.
over to the intercom box and go, employee.
You get it back. I am the only employee on the ship. Do you mean a contractor?
Contractor.
The capitalism is strong with this one.
You just had a training. How? It's a video. How did you die? Who died?
It wasn't any of us. Maybe you should just come
Just
here.
tell her who it was.
I'll be down in. Is 2 hours too long?
It was Dr. K!
Sounds good. See you in 2 hours.
I'll be down
as
in 2
as
hours.
I'm pressing the button.
Can I get
I
to
would say
start?
have the chief medical officer examine her, but seeing as she is the one who's dead, I guess you can move the body to the med bay or whatever.
No, we have burial rights. Seems fine. Will do. I'm ready to pick up this body, team.
Scales is gonna try, but you all have realized how frail Scales actually is. There's not a chance in hell that he can pick up probably even the clothes on the body, let alone the body. But he's
Yeah, but if
doing
you're
his
gonna beat
best.
me to it, I'm gonna let you try first.
You see him trying. He can't even like he gives up on trying to pick up the body and just tries to drag the body and literally can't even drag the body.
Okay. I slow rock will pick up the body.
Pick up the headless body.
Yeah.
And do y'all take her to the med bay?
I suppose so, right?
Yeah, I guess if that's what everybody wants. Burial rights and
Not
stuff
to the airlock.
done. It's just I feel this is a little
As Slowrock
tedious.
turns the wrong direction. No.
Oh, I'll get you
Bye.
in that airlock. Don't you worry, Slow.
I turn around, start going
Oh.
towards the med bay.
It would seem that she doesn't really care about Dr. Kane's death given her status as a contractor. Wouldn't you all want your murder solved?
Well, no, I'm dead. Like, what's solving it gonna do to me?
Well, hypothetically, later on, if someone were to resurrect you or then maybe you could take that out on the murderer.
This ain't getting resurrected.
Scales turns
Slowrock,
around.
I would resurrect you someday.
Scales turns around and pulls his cargo pants down a little bit, and you can see that he has a tramp stamp that says "Do not resurrect."
See, it's near Scales. Yeah, that. I don't know how to interpret that.
Okay, well, if I were murdered, I would want you all to band together and solve my murder.
Well, you should get that tattooed where Scales got that tattooed. Then everybody knows.
Everybody
The
knows.
Dr.
How else will
Kane.
they know?
Yeah, does Dr. Kane have a tattoo like that?
We should,
Yeah,
we should check her
you
bosom.
once you get to the like medical bay, a bunch of alarms are going off like warning, critical condition, like some medical alarms like come down and like take the body and they start like
Uh-oh.
scanning it and doing like compressions and things. Absolutely none of it works. It's just like a report gets printed out like death by blood loss and decapitation.
Confirmed.
During the scan, you do see she doesn't have a tattoo. She has there's like an X-ray and there's like a plate embedded in her chest. that says like organ donor, like blood donor. Please investigate my murder if I'm ever found dead.
I told you all.
Well, I guess
Oh.
we have to then.
Yeah.
She said, please.
Let's say please.
Well, that please does it.
Can I see if
yeah.
like the ID that we got from CERN, is it real? Like, is it actually theirs?
Yeah, give me, do you
Like,
have
does
like
it work
proficiency
if
in
I
like
try to?
do you have like proficiency in like Arcana and stuff like that?
I
What
do. I have
proficiencies do you
Arcana. I have Arcana. I also have Alchemist supplies, thieves tools, tinkerer's tools, and cook's utensils, just in
Cool.
case we need a snack.
Let's say you can use like Arcana with expertise.
Okay. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. $17.
Nice. Yeah, you can tell it's definitely legitimate. And you can also tell it's definitely Zern's. It has like a slight residue from these like weird like aquatic animals that they eat.
Cute. Well, this is CERN's.
Uh-huh.
As you all are in the med bay, you do also notice the journal that Dr. Kane was writing in.
I'm gonna go and flip through that journal.
As you go through it, you see that there's like a couple like notes. There's like some notes about like injuries and stuff that are being treated. There was like a time you had some issues with one of the packages like deeper in the ship, and you needed to like get treated for something that came out of it. Mostly like kind of a log like that. But then like notes on like, oh, like there are these weird power issues. Like I'm gonna go like look at the reactor, like, oh shit, the reactor's covered in ice. That's weird. Medical supplies are missing, and like a list of the medical supplies that are missing.
I am gonna tear that page out and
Yeah.
put it in my pocket.
One of your many pockets. Yeah.
Yes.
Do we see you do this?
I'm gonna roll stealth to see
Yeah.
if
Give me sleight of hand, I think.
sleight of hand. All right, either or. A natural 20. You don't see shit.
you take
Mine
it
is
out,
19.
and the thing is, not even like you can't even tell like a page is ripped out. But yeah.
Can Saoirse do
Mhm.
something?
Yeah.
Saoirse's gonna go over to the body of Dr. Kane. If I remember correctly, she had 2 robotic arms. How
She's got, like,
detachable
4,
are
but yeah.
those? Can I?
It's
I
like
wear
a
them? Could
A Doc Ock situation.
yeah, give me an investigate check to see like how
Oh, I can't do insight instead.
it's a machine, so no.
No, it makes sense. I know. I'm just proficient in insight.
Honestly, can I help?
Sure.
Because here's the thing. We will solve her murder, but those are valuable parts that can be recycled.
Yeah, unfortunately, I rolled like a 7.
Oof.
Do you roll with advantage for help?
Yeah, let me roll again. A 10.
10. Cool. You look at it, you're like, I think these are just straps. You like undo the straps and you like yank and like it's not coming. And you yank real hard and like you can tell like it was like attached to her in a little bit of ways. The like medical bay like unsanitary and like sterilizes it. And you could totally put this thing on. It will attach to your nervous system if you do.
Oh yeah, no. Saoirse is 100% undoing the top of her gray jumpsuit so that she can attach these arms to her. It's as she's doing this too, she'll be like, "Oh, can you believe it? Can you imagine how clean the ship's gonna be?"
Yeah, you
You
get
can clean so much faster. She's like doing
4
spins.
mechanical arms. Each can like fully hold honestly more than you can carry in your own arms.
Incredible.
And 3 times per day you can cast cure wounds from it.
That's dope.
Thank you for
Skills is
indulging
gonna
me.
start kind of scavenging around looking for any clues of like where the medical supplies were stored and stuff in this room, because he doesn't know where anything is in this room at all.
Give me an investigate check or perception.
7.
7. Yeah, you're like, oh, there's some stuff like missing here, but like I don't know if it's what's supposed to be missing. If anyone else wants to look around,
Can
they
I
can.
I would
sneakily?
like-
I want to sneakily try to look at my note that I took, without
Yeah.
anybody seeing.
Yeah, give me another sleight of hand.
That is a 16.
What
Cool,
are
yeah,
you looking at, Scales?
Has anybody seen? Just ignoring her. Has
Yeah.
My
anybody?
passive perception is 19.
Has anybody seen?
Nice.
You fully see him doing one of
Yeah.
these. Has anybody seen what's something that's missing on here?
It's like zolfal fluid. You know that it's a like some kind of fluid that could be used in like hypersleep containers. It also has other uses.
I'm just gonna say, that fluid that we were in, where
Nah,
that's
man.
stored,
The
and just stare at Tove. You seen that around anywhere? It's
Scales,
missing.
how do you know what that's called?
You don't know what I do on this
Ooh.
shit.
Well, I can see what's in your hands.
There's nothing in my hand.
Z-
Does the like?
I look around like for medical equipment. Sam the rabbit just hops across the floor and lands at your feet
Mhm.
and just stares at the piece of paper like
I'm gonna get down on my knees and show the piece of paper to the rabbit.
incredible.
Tove, with your passive perception, you like, oh yeah, I know where that's stored. And you look over, you can see like it's kind of like laid out in a way that it's like, oh, these reflect the scheduled like sleeps and stuff like that. You do notice there's like kind of like an emergency supply that's being like tapped into. If everyone can give me a medicine check.
Also, just because I want to flex, I also know how useless this is and how much it pisses me off when I DM. My passive investigate is 26.
Jesus.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay, yeah.
gosh.
You see this immediately.
Just so you know.
I only got a 5.
I also got a 5.
19 on the roll.
I got 15.
Okay. Shorsha, you know that the amount that was taken is probably more than someone would use for like, oh, I'm just like keeping a person in hypersleep.
Sure.
Tove, you know that this like it is used in hypersleep. It can also be used in like as basically like a replacement for like amniotic fluids. Which is sometimes used in like cloning organs, things like that. And that typically
Someone
uses...
is growing something massive somewhere on the ship.
That typically uses more than like hypersleep would.
Someone is growing something on the ship.
Like what?
I don't know. Something living in a liquid.
Ew.
Darius, have I seen anything in my actual job that would be in that realm?
So you know that there are like some things in storage that take maintenance. You also know kind of like specifically as your contract is like, my job is to keep things as they are.
Mhm.
And so like plants, shit like that, like your goal is to make sure as little changes as when that is put on the ship as like ends it. So probably not being used for something like in storage like that.
Sure. Okay. Oh, I've never seen anything like that on this ship. And I am
I
all
think-
over the place.
you would also know that depending upon the packages, you have your own supplies of things to take care of them.
Right.
And those haven't been tapped into. And I believe only you, Rook, and Vash would know about them.
Sure.
Is her body missing anything prior to organ donation?
You look at the scan and it seems like everything that should be there is there.
Great. Just wanted to check all the bases.
Fair.
Well, who knows about the most secret hiding spots on the ship?
Scales is gonna kind of look around and go, honestly, I have a secret. And he's gonna get like too close to you and go, I do.
Completely unfazed, Tove moves even closer, uncomfortably, and goes, "This is wonderful."
Why?
Scales is gonna just tap you on the nose.
Oh! It's a delight to see you after so long, my friend. She hugs him. Where? We need somewhere that can, I assume, I don't know, Darius, you'll start telling me when I'm wrong. We need somewhere that can support space and power.
It would probably take a large amount of power. And Scales, give me an intelligence check with advantage.
Sure. I'm crushing it. It over 20.
Woo!
Awesome. Yeah, you kind of think about it and you're like, could someone be like putting something in the storage and putting it there? And you're like, no, it doesn't have the power for
Sure.
that.
There's not enough power where I am, so it must be somewhere that has so much power, like the reactors where we found the body, perhaps. Something over there.
You want us to go back
Can
to
we
where we
Clue
found the body?
style? Can we Clue style just rush back across?
Yeah, you get to the reactor. You kind of like poke around, try some of the panels and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like there's anything specifically around here. That said, like, different areas of the ship basically have like breakers on them that limit how much power it gets to them. So like, the reactor's putting out power for the entire ship. Scales knows that like his area probably wouldn't be able to support it because of like the breakers there. There are other parts of the ship that have like different breaker limits. Everyone give me insight checks.
Oh, I've been waiting all day.
16.
12.
19.
Out of 15 because I rolled really low.
Ah!
I'm sorry. Tove, you are like, okay, let me think about like all the places in the ship. Med bay, not enough power there. Like, yeah, if you like tapped directly into the reactor, you could probably get enough power for it, but like doesn't seem like someone's doing that. You know that your personal spaces definitely don't have enough power. And I think kind of you all go around the ship, you've got kind of your own little domains and things like that. There's one point you don't have access to and don't know the power limits are, and that is the employee area.
Sounds like going into the employee area.
Does Saoirse have access to the employee area?
I'm
No.
a janitor, but don't we already have a key card for somebody who is an employee?
He's not an employee.
He's a
The
contractor.
only
They're all
employee on the
contractors.
ship is the commandant.
Those 1099s.
Maybe we shouldn't have told her about this. 2 hours. She's given us 2 hours to figure out that she's done it. Nevertheless, Saoirse, can you do it?
I'm a janitor. I could maybe trick my way in there, but I don't know.
You just hear from behind you in an identical voice to our lovely employee. I can probably get us in.
I can also just try to smash some stuff.
Just smash your way through.
And I can hide in the trash can.
Wait, what?
I assume Saoirse has a trash can for when she walks around.
You have a trash can, yes.
I am very flexible and can hide in the trash can.
Whatever you say, boss.
Can we Clue style go across the ship to the employee lounge now?
You head to kind of it's off the conference room where the like door is to the employee area.
I get in the trash can. I'm very dexterous.
Scales is gonna like crawl on the floor, thinking that somehow that will stop cameras from seeing him.
Saoirse
And
is just trying to pretend she's not doing anything.
and so then he's gonna like stick a finger up and click the button and try to like say something to let us in.
You know she uses like an ID card.
And so I'm
Also-
gonna say, just let me in.
Over the comms, you hear her say, "No."
And then Scales is gonna go,
Wait,
I
are you
tried.
imitating her to her?
yes.
I'm deceased.
Saoirse's gonna
Don't you
walk
have
up.
work to be doing? I didn't
Oh,
hear the
right.
airlock go off.
Oh no, we thought we'd take care of our actual on-ship duties before we had to, chuck her out the airlock. And I don't know if you noticed, but it's a little dingy around here. So I was wondering if maybe I could come in and clean up the employee area.
It is indeed dirty out there.
Damn, bitch.
All right.
Okay.
She like keeps just like sweeping. There's like a mop on the back arms also going.
One half wet, one half dry.
Oh
Can I
yeah.
try to hack through this panel?
Yeah, give me a like, do you have Arcana or like do you have the thieves tools?
I do have thieves tools.
Yeah, let's call it thieves tools.
Cool. So bad. 11.
Can I
11.
help? I
Yeah.
also have thieves' tools.
Yeah, so you can roll with advantage.
Cool.
Uh,
A
Additionally,
natural 20.
Hey, baby!
So you get you unlock the door. You also get a log of when this door was unlocked. And it has not changed since Vash like went in after the meeting.
Okay.
So she has not left this room.
This way.
And the door opens and you're in the little vestibule.
if we look around, do we see Vash?
So there's a vestibule and the door's closed again, and then there's the employee area. You know that you could open up this door kind of whenever you want with like that high of a like lockpick.
Cool.
I can only make one of us invisible. Who wants to do the investigation?
I'll wait out here.
Slow Rock, are you not stealthy?
No.
Rock's a bit broad in the beam.
Yeah.
I'm never somewhere where I'm not supposed to be.
Well, my
Scales,
brain.
I can never tell if you're lying or not.
He just does kind of finger guns with a stupid smile.
Literally, Tove does not know if that means Scales wants to be invisible or not.
Scales is just gonna start walking towards where we want to go.
No. I reach out and I cast invisibility on Scales.
Cool. You open the door. Combat Vash is immediately standing there. You see her bionic eye just locks on Scale. And the other hand just has a pistol up like at like head level of Shersha. Excuse me.
Scales is immediately gonna go into. All right, so here's the deal. We found a dead body, and he's just like gonna basically give all the information. We're looking for there's something that needs a lot of power and uses the fluid, and we're just like trying to make sure that everyone is safe on the ship. And then just goes.
So you found an ID card there. There's something going on with the power, and something strange is being grown. Did you consider to ask Zern, the person who maintains the reactor and could divert power, whose ID you found and who you know enjoys interesting snacks?
I pop out of the trash can. No murder mystery is ever the obvious answer. Tove's like hypersleep is just true crime podcast.
To be honest, I feel like I kind of got swept up in it all.
How about you ask them and come back to me with your findings? Maybe you could ask
But since
the
we're here, maybe we could look for the spot where someone is diverting power too. We've already come this far. The ship is quite long. Wouldn't you rather we check that and then we do the next step of having to run all the way across?
I live here. No. And she closes the door.
No!
Just like
No!
right on the snoot.
Saoirse wants to do an insight check to see if this person was lying, or is that perception?
Yeah. Insight.
Get him.
A nat 20.
Baby!
A nat 20.
Get some hype in the chat.
I didn't show it. I'm hype.
Hype.
You,
Whoa!
I mean, you know she is lying. That said, on every single insight check you have ever made on this woman, she has been lying.
Great.
So, and you're like, I think you kind of like look at Tove. Tove, when you popped out, you noticed there were like a lot of like appliances in her room. Like there's like an ironing board, a microwave. Like there are a lot of like very like expensive like utilities and appliances that y'all don't have. And I think with your perception, you were able to see she was just having full like treat yourself day. Like tea was on the kettle, like cookies were being made.
She could still have a spa day and let us look around. I've made promises not to speak before, just to get a look at something.
Aside, can we get back in this room somehow?
I think we may need to call CERN first.
More walking.
He is your murder friend, so.
As you all are kind of standing around, Rook comes in, and it's just like, oh, have you found the murder friend?
Oh, no. Listen, we just got totally shut out of this room. Now this person happens to appear. I'm going to walk straight up to Rook here and be like, all right, tell us what you know.
You truly just get like, you copy pasted the Encyclopedia Britannica into like text to speech, and it's just going. Like
Rook,
starting
please.
at like an alien word
Rook.
that has like 5 A's.
What I do? No!
Pilot, please.
Yes?
Slow Rock meant for you to tell us everything you know about the murder of Dr. Kane.
Oh, is it a murder?
It would seem to be a murder, given that her head was blown off. Yes, do you know anything about it?
Accidents occur on the ship.
Right. What do you know about this specific, let's call it an incident? Shall we?
I know that there was a large power surge during maintenance of the reactor.
Is there any like video evidence of this event?
There are no cameras on any Ontion ships.
Oh,
Now
I
that
wonder
just
why.
seems silly.
There are, however, weight sensors.
Interesting.
Wait.
Is there a way for us to access the weight sensor records?
Yes.
Like whether or not like we gain weight and stuff. I don't want to know that.
What would that method be, Rook?
Well, you can request your own personal health information, or you could ask Commandant Vash to make other contractors' information publicly available.
When you say there are weight records, do you mean around the ship as well?
Yes, both your weight and its location at all times.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
I buzz the buzzer into the employee lounge, just like not
Yes.
really stopping. Hello, I'm sorry to interrupt your interpersonal personal day. I hope the tea is serving you very well.
It is.
I have a request.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I gain weight.
Would it be possible to get the personal weight records of the whomst ever was in the reactor area for the past, let's say, hour or so? The weight sensor readings there, as well as at least CERN's weight records, and definitely not Slow Rock's, as he seems to be a little insecure about his weight.
I can't believe this has been recorded.
All right. I'll give you the site you can go to. I'll make it public.
That was easy.
Rook turns to you, just like, you can use the contractor computer.
The one
The
computer.
one computer for all the contractors. How exciting! My day isn't for another 3 days.
I don't even
We
get
flew
one this
to the
cycle.
computer.
I don't think you like this idea.
Yeah, you get to the computer. You can tell that your weights have all been recorded. You can also tell this is just a public website. Anyone can go to this website and see it.
It's like the Big Brother After Hours, but
Yeah.
free.
Yes.
You also it is not just like information, it is also extrapolations. Like when you eat something, it will be like, oh, like this much weight increased, estimated like a meal was had.
I hate it.
As you go through, you can figure out, you all went to the conference room. Zern and Kane had a discussion, it proposed a discussion because like they were standing at the same spot for like 5-10 minutes. Zern then went down to their kind of regular maintenance area, and Dr. Kane went to medical bay, dropped something off that by weight you can figure is probably the little notebook, and then headed to the reactor room. Oh, what we're saying?
I'm so sorry. Can you say that again, but
Okay.
slower?
Commandant.
Cern and Kane had a discussion for 5 minutes.
Mhm.
Then she went and dropped off the thing,
Mhm.
the notebook.
The notebook.
What was the timestamp on that?
So that was probably like conversation lasted about like 5 minutes. You were in your little room for like half an hour. She dropped off her little notebook. That was probably another 5 minutes. And then there was about 5 minutes that she was in the reactor room. And then you notice there is an alert for critical weight loss on her tag at what you figure was probably the moment her head was removed. You also know that no one else was in the room at the time.
Was the critical weight loss the 15 minutes in when the shield's powered down?
So it was a few like almost like a minute after that.
Okay, so the shield's powered down, then her head was blown off, and no one was in the room when it happened.
Yeah.
No one with weight. How do the weight centers work?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from what you can, it's like tagged like your continuous thing, but like uh because of that, there's like a weird error. There's like a sharp increase in her weight and then like decrease, like below what it was. Um,
Saoirse's gonna go really wide-eyed and then go, "Spice ghosts.
What are those?
Spice ghosts." Now, we all know that ships have a way of attracting ghosts, right?
Yes, I've
What
seen
if
them.
a space ghost got Dr. Kane?
I'm sorry. What is a spice ghost?
Space ghost.
Oh. What's a space ghost?
It feels more
A
likely that
ghost in
some sort of
space.
magic happened, right?
Which
it
could be
heavy?
a ghost.
Or ghost heavy?
It could be a ghost, I suppose.
I would say perhaps Dr. Kane placed her head within the reactor.
Wait, but what about the increase in weight, right? That was a thing.
yeah. So it's also it has specific enough data that she was like probably like 7 or so feet away from the reactor.
Ah,
She
Creepy.
was shot, right? We know she was shot.
By a
right?
space ghost?
Well,
Her head was fully blown off.
So we don't know she was shot.
Can we tell from what
Just like
angle?
it exploded.
Yeah.
What's the blood spatter?
Give me bullet trajectories.
can we go back
It looks
to
like
the
it was
reactor
coming
room?
like
Yeah, we need to clue all the way back to the reactor room.
back in the reactor room. You're like standing there. The doors are still open. The like 5-minute PA thing has been going just the whole time.
great.
Dr. Kane's body was directly in front of the reactor when this happened, but about like 7 feet away. So she was looking straight at it when this happened.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to the intercom and say, in the voice of the one employee, would CERN please report to the what's this room?
Reactor.
Yeah, to the reactor room. CERN to the reactor room. Thank you.
Over the like comms, I know that she hasn't left her place. She's not gonna be down for 2 hours. You can come talk to me if you want. You also do hear
you see
you
scales.
hear
do that.
Commandant Bash come over and be like, please remember the PA system is for emergencies. I will mute all of your privileges.
It's a murder, not an emergency.
Not currently.
Other people could get murdered.
Okay.
Don't you want to know who's stealing company resources?
An investigation will be done by the company when we dock.
I don't know, y'all. That kind of sounds like a plan.
I think maybe we should go see your friend.
Before we leave, Saoirse would like to do a little bit of investigating of just the room. Because as we all know, I'm quite small. And the first thing my mind goes to is where are the vents in this room?
Yeah, so they're kind of like normal like ceiling vents. I think you're pretty small, so as you're kind of like standing and kind of looking at the reactor, it's been enough time that you can see ice is starting to kind of like build up, kind of like right around your height.
Man, if my intelligence was any higher, I'd know what that meant.
Well, do you tell me?
Yeah, I'm probably communicating. I'll be like, rightio, well. So if I was trying to get around on the ship without anybody noticing where I was, I'd probably be crawling through the vents.
Claire was doing a moderation of the channel, so she needs someone to repeat to her what the clue was.
Yeah, so
Ice is somewhere? I'm so sorry.
There's ice around my height, you said?
Yeah.
Around my height on the reactor wall.
Like basically, it's growing onto the reactor.
Mm.
Oh no, I don't have as high of an intelligence as Tove does. Can I make a check?
Sure.
What kind of check should I investigate?
I think just flat
Intelligence?
intelligence. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can do it with advantage because Sorcia's kind of helping you.
Okay, good, because I was a
Oh,
5.
I'm gonna cast. I can cast
Okay,
8 as
this-
well. if
This
you'd like.
dice is bad. I just rolled 2 5s in a row. After rolling another 5 before that, so I'm gonna switch.
What does
dice after
aid do?
this, but
It's an additional 1d4, so I don't know if it's gonna help us.
Yeah,
I don't
add a
want to
D4 to
metagame
it.
out of doing that decision, but go for the
No,
d4.
you can.
great. I'm switching dice. This is just a travesty,
I mean-
truly.
Tove has to
But-
be willing to receive my aid, and it's a touch spell, so like I gotta be like,
Oh my god, when you go to touch her, she just hugs you.
oh. As you're hugging, you hear Saoirse whisper in your ears, be like, "May deep shadows guide you."
That's an 11.
An 11. You are like this. You notice that like there are like no railings or any kind of guards around the reactors beyond like the doors that have been opened. And the ice is building up at around like head height. And you do remember that around like a 3-foot tall person's head height. And you remember that the room was a lot more humid when you first walked into it. And it's starting to get
Did
less
something
humid.
shoot out of the reactor and kill her?
What makes you say that?
Oh, hang on. What if, when we came into the room, it was humid because the vent was blocked?
Oh,
And then
They
the
were
ice has been
hiding.
forming because we've been away and the person cleared the vent.
yeah, obviously.
I think you look at the
Toby's
vents.
like, yeah, I'm good at clues.
Saoirse's gonna
I
give
think-
herself a high five with a mechanical arm.
Yeah.
I think you look at the vents and you're like, okay, who could fit in here? And you're like, Saoirse, probably Scales, and probably Dr. Kane.
Well, magic exists.
Magic exists.
Yeah,
Slow
Anyone
rock.
can fit an event.
Can you
Anybody can
open
kill
this
anybody.
event?
You would, I think, also know that the vents are kind of like back, and judging for the trajectory of where something is shot, it could be someone shot Dr. Kane and then ran up into a vent, but like they weren't shot from the vent.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So not like xenomorph tail hanging down, fucking
Yeah, no.
like great.
Wait, so if she wasn't shot from the vent, but there was no weight in the room,
Well, her weight jumped up. Someone could have jumped down on her shoulders.
how much did her weight jump up by?
Her weight jumped up by
It's gonna be like the weight of a bullet or something.
have a
about
physics
like
deal.
16 pounds.
Oh,
How much does my rabbit weigh?
How big? It can be a real big rat. It could be like 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, great. There's just a moment where I'm like,
Yeah, for
Does
context, the
anyone-
average halfling weighs 40 pounds, so significantly smaller.
so you're telling me something in the vent did something to get close to Dr. Kane, killed Dr. Kane, and then went back up in the vent.
Yes. Do you want to break into the event, Slow Rock?
Probably.
I'm too big.
Spider crawl around in the vent.
No. Break the vent open.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to break the vent? Do you want me to go
Yes.
bust the vent? I'll bust the vent.
Break
I
the
think it's
vent.
very important that you break the vent open.
Okay.
Can I investigate the vent while he's breaking it open?
Give me an athletics check to rip the vents open.
Yes.
Incredible.
Oh gosh. I have a +7. It's still only 11.
That's fine. It's a vent. It's not that hard
Yeah,
to do.
it's not. It's
You like
just
yanked it
there.
off.
Laboriously.
Tove, with your 26 passive insight, you're like, nothing's being in this goddamn vent. Nothing's being in any of these vents. They're like, AC barely even works on this place.
Where's the coolant coming from?
So the
Underneath?
coolant is like a system on the reactor.
Right, but if it's overworking, have I already investigated the reactor?
You can look at the coolant system if you want.
Because I know liquids and coolant.
Yeah,
is a
you can
liquid.
tell
liquid.
that basically what's happening, and I think give me an intelligence check with advantage again. 18. You can tell the reason the air is so dry on the ship is because of the amount of water that is getting frozen onto the reactor by the coolant system. Like it's massive amounts of ice normally. And it strikes you as odd that like when you came in here, like it was humid, there wasn't a lot of ice, and you're like, oh, the ice must have gotten like evaporated for a bit, and now it's kind of like refreezing as the reactor settles down.
And has it always been like this ice, or is the ice new? Like basically I'm trying to figure out if the weird thing is the window of time where there was no ice, or if the weird thing is the ice.
So it's
You
the
know
kind
what
of
I
thing
mean?
that like when y'all first got on the ship, there was no ice, but like over time it got like icier, and you know like bad freezers and how eventually
Like
they
that
just like
usually
Yeah.
happens. Like
Yeah.
that's a typical reaction of coolant with reactors.
it's not quite a typical thing. Like something's definitely going wrong here, but it's going wrong over the course of like literally years.
Okay.
So that's not the
Got it.
emergency.
Yeah, the weird thing is that all of a sudden all of the coolant got pulled to another location. The reactor started to overheat.
So I think it's more that you know that the reactor had a power surge, and so it got really hot really fast,
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay.
and the cool like the ice all melted off. The ice, something happened to the ice, and eventually it melted.
Should the reactor be cold?
You know, it
Sort
should be
of.
like cooled.
Do y'all want me to breathe
I
on
do
it?
I do a long monologue about coolants.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna start
I
cleaning my
sound
scales.
a little bit like Rook. Okay. Power surges. There were 200 plus power surges while we were asleep for just a matter of months. Was another one. Can we look at the list of medical supplies that are missing? I never looked at the list. I just found the one thing.
I
will
suppose
say,
only your rabbit knows that I have the actual list.
I will say, I think as you're looking at the coolant system, the PA's been going on and on and on and on about like the doors.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you want to like close them?
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
suppose.
Yeah, as you close them.
If I think that we have gotten all that we can get from like, because Tove, the only reason she didn't is because she's trying to preserve the crime scene. But if I think we've gotten all we can get, then yeah, then we can close them.
As you close the doors, you like have a bit of like trouble, and like you realize that they're dented, as if something from the inside was hitting them. And they're pretty large metal doors.
Those are some big dents on some big doors.
Did you do the dents?
Nah. I don't know who did either though, but they're big. Who dent doors?
Or what?
All right. Who or what
Maybe
dent
time to
doors?
talk to our friend.
Sure, so I think you're at the height that you would be like, oh, those dents are also at head height.
Thank you. I share that with the group.
Terrifying. It's probably best we go talk to CERN, I suppose. CERN.
You all
Clue!
head down to the like really like dank and musty parts of the ship. you see Zern who like opens up like like as you're walking, just opens up like a little can and pulls out these like little wriggly like eyeless smooth worm things and just like puts one in their mouth. All right, yeah, what's up? Can you give me, did you have my card?
Why should we give
Well-
you your card?
I need it to get into stuff.
Why was your card
Stuff.
not with you?
Oh, yeah, Dr. Kane said she wanted to take a look at the maintenance core, at the reactor core, and I needed to get ready for docking. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, just get it back to me.
Get ready for
Did
what?
Dr. Kane say
Docking,
anything?
remember that thing that's happening?
It took you
I
that
feel
long
like-
to get ready to dock?
I mean, I got lots to do. You know, I don't tell you how to do your job.
Oh yeah? Like kill people?
Yeah, I don't tell you how to do that.
Fair enough. I don't know, y'all. Mystery solved. I don't think it's Zern.
Well, we never thought it was.
Oh, thanks.
did.
Can I have my ID then?
Well, do I think we've gotten all the clues that we can get from that?
From the ID, you know that like his ID will like let you like open the doors on the reactor. That's basically all it like
Yeah.
does. It'll let you do things around his little area if you want. If you want to like open up his various lockers and things.
So
I reluctantly hand the ID back.
Ah, thanks. They like pin it to themselves.
So when we went and found Dr. Kane, we noticed that there was some ice had maybe melted. It was a little bit humid in the space. Is that normal?
Oh, let me check. And he like goes over to like a screen and like pulls up like a little thing of like reactor temperature. Like looking like, yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, it looks like there's a really big spike here, and he points to like a singular like spike. It seems like there's a big power draw. We have a lot of these like little ones. This one's a lot bigger than the others though. I mean something was pulling a lot of power at that moment. There have been some like smaller ones, but I think that does kind of coincide because there's the power spike and then there's a big heat spike here. So it seems like when that power spike happened, something happened to the coolant system with the ice. It was humid, so that means that eventually it evaporated. But like I'm guessing a power spike large enough could like cause the ice to like come off or shoot off or something like that. That's what those doors are for.
Zern, when you say shoot, like the water heated up so fast?
Yeah, so what happens is the reactor like heats up real fast and it blasts the ice off. It's normally fine because we have those big doors, but like that's why there's that little announcement that's like, hey, like please turn off your devices while the doors are open.
100%. The good doctor was killed by an ice shard.
It 100% sounds like that.
Oh,
Well, where's the
done and done then. All right, good to know.
No.
Hang
No. There is a remaining question. Even if she was killed by an ice shard, where is the power surge coming from? If you can see that these power surges are happening, is it a power surge coming from the reactor to somewhere on the ship? Or is it a power surge coming from someone trying to strap the reactor for power?
I mean, like, it seems like a lot of things are kind of turned on like all at once.
Like a
that
lot
might
of
have caused-
appliances?
Oh yeah, ironing boards are awful for power.
This is why we need new
Let me
uniforms.
see the list of medical supplies.
Scales is gonna pull out the list.
Cool. Give
Is
me
this
a
a list of
medicine check.
self-care objects?
Go through. Give me a medicine check with advantage.
Medicine?
Tove is mad.
Only 15.
You look through this and you're like, Oh, is that? No, this is weird stuff. This is like you're like now that you're looking through it, you're even more certain that this was like, oh, something is being grown somewhere. And as you're going through it, you like see some like notes from like the doctor being like, what's happening about this. I need to talk to like Commandant Vash about this. Like, it's unclear what's going on. Like, company properties being stolen, but also like there are these weird power surges like constantly. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it seems
is
like
it
there was
the
a
sort of thing that like this is such a weird, I don't know.
Mhm.
Is it like her appliances tripped the fuse in the area and so the power surge happened, the major power surge happened because like a fuse was tripped?
I think you can say that. The thing that you're like looking at this though is you're like that doesn't explain like these things
No,
going.
clearly
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
larger problem, but more in
yeah.
this moment
Yeah,
of
in this moment,
problem.
it seems like there was like a lot of things plugged in that caused this, a lot of appliances. But you do still notice like there are other like power surges, and you notice the power surges were happening while all of y'all were in hypersleep as well. So there's something else also drawing power.
Who wasn't in hypersleep?
Everyone was in hypersleep as the one thing you know. You know that Commandant Vash is the first person to wake up, but she wakes up like a day before y'all.
Sure.
Interesting. Is Rook and does Rook need to sleep?
Rook does not need to sleep.
Fucking Rook. What is Rook
Can we
doing?
clue our way to the android? Does anyone else have
Yeah,
anything
you
we
head
need
to
do
the
here?
piloter like, hi there.
I have a question.
Yes?
I would like a very specific answer, Rook. Are you responsible for maintaining the growth of some sort of object or objects on the ship? And if so, where are they?
My duties are to pilot the ship.
Uh-huh.
And other duties as assigned, including
Cleaning of the employee area.
Oh man, it's the employee area.
and when you're in the employee area, what do those areas look like?
I am not at liberty to discuss employee personal spaces.
That's it! Yo, we gotta get in this employee area!
Who would like to can I fake plug Rook's ears knowing full well we're surveilled all the time?
Yeah. I actually
Who
hear through the
would
search
like-
sensors.
Rook.
Yeah, I was gonna say those ears are vestigial.
Well,
He
sometimes
he
you
pets the vestigial head on your rabbit.
sometimes
Yeah,
you
no,
just have to treat vestigial things as though they are an integral part of who you are because
Sure.
you never know.
But he looks like a person just to make us more comfortable around him. You know that, right?
He looks like a
I don't get it.
scary person.
Well,
Scales. Maybe someone could distract the commandant from the employee area so the rest of us could go in.
Yeah, Scales.
I suppose so. He when he says I suppose so, he says it identically to Tove's voice.
Exactly, I suppose so.
Well, shall we give it a try? Clue.
Clue. The ship is like, what did you say, 3 miles long or something? We're all
That
gonna
said, your
steps
area is
in?
pretty small. It's just mostly just like package area.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
what are we going to do to lure her out to the employee area?
Smash stuff.
I mean,
As you all are standing outside, the door opens and she's like, "All right, it's been 2 hours. Where do I have to go?"
Down to the radiator room. There
Reactor.
the reactor room.
Oh Lord.
Right, that's what the body was. All right. You opened my door, so you're coming with me. And she points to Scales.
Can I try to lift her ID off her?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
Oh, hot damn.
Yeah.
We love
This
that.
is an insane thing that I am not at all proficient in. Oh my god, I rolled a 19. Okay. 22.
Cool. She's a +3 to perception. She got a 15. You get it.
Yeah.
I beep us in when they're gone.
Yeah, you go in, you open up like the door and you're in her area. As you're looking around, you notice like her computer is open to the like weight tracking thing. You're unsure if that's because she was looking at it or she was like, these idiots asked me to do this, so I have to go here. And I think with your with your investigation, you can tell that as you're kind of looking around, there are lots of appliances here. You can tell there are probably more appliances than even like a treat day should be. And like a bunch of them are now unplugged. You notice a bunch of like attached like a power strip that is unplugged. Um, and you're also able to see that there's like some water on the ground in the bathroom, but the shower and sink like hasn't been used. Or some kind of liquid, not necessarily water.
I point out all the stuff to my compatriots and I look at Saoirse and I'm like, you know more than I do about like cleaning objects. I feel like appliances have something to do with cleaning. We can look at the liquid together maybe because cleaning up strange liquids.
I'm
Go,
sorry.
Saoirse.
What? Do you think all I do is clean? I don't.
What else do custodians do?
But we don't clean in here. It's Rob
Right,
cleans
but
here. We
in
just went-
general,
Also,
you have
Saoirse
a
has like
plethora.
habits and likes and things to spend Saoirse's
Sure,
time.
Thank you,
but
Slow Rock.
you may have
Yeah.
a plethora of professional knowledge about the subject. I'm not saying this particular space is one that you know.
Yes, but
I'm
okay.
just saying, obviously
So
you
what
are
are you
a
asking then?
robust personality. I'm just asking that we both think about this together.
I want to
Doesn't
go
really
plug
seem
in
like
this
Slow
power
Rock
cord.
wants to.
Yes, do it.
Oh no!
I'm gonna go plug in this power cord. I'm letting them talk, but I'm gonna go plug in this power cord.
Gil, give me a dexterity
Alright.
saving throw.
Oh fuck.
You said that she
my
took me
God.
with her down to the
Yes.
reactor room, right?
Yes.
Oh my god, you're about to get hit with ice! Oh my god, scales!
That's a 21.
Eek.
God.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry.
Saoirse, that was like a well-timed siren. Saoirse begrudgingly will go get her mop, mop up the liquid on the ground, and then wring it out into a cup.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Present it to Toe. Like, all right, here you go.
That is not at all what I meant. I wasn't asking you to clean. I just thought we could.
Well, it sounded like you were
You said
asking
I was
her
a
to
custodian. You said I know how
clean.
to clean things.
It sounds.
No, I
we're
just
gonna-
meant.
We're gonna quick cut to Scales.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Scales,
sure.
you walk down there with Kamna Vash.
Yeah.
As you get there, she's like, all right, so the doors to the reactor were open.
Yes, and then the body was in front of it. It seems like ice came flying off and decapitated her.
So it was an accident and not a murder.
There seems to be something else going on, though. Like these surges have been happening very frequently.
Give me a perception check.
14.
You're kind of like looking around. She like taps her ID and like the doors open, and you see that a large amount of ice is being built up, and she's like, so where was she standing?
I'm gonna go and stand in the spot.
Right. And so you found her. She'd had give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
She's clearly standing off to the side.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I want to stop Slow Rock from doing this so badly, but I know that I have to let it
16.
happen.
16. Okay, you're gonna take half. Oh god. So I rolled 5d6 damage and I got 4 6s. So
I actually survived that.
I think you do.
I do.
Yeah, so it's
Whoo-wee!
28 damage total, half to 14.
Great.
As an ice chunk just smacks right into you.
Great.
And she's like, oh shit, and closes it. And she's like, are you you have like this big like hunk of ice, and there's a big like blast of heat.
Yeah.
Uh her like coat is like singed a bit. And she closes it. Are you like how hurt are you? Are you like okay? Are you like I'm very hurt?
He's laying down and is obviously hurt, but is doing one of these. But is not getting up from the ground.
Gone. All right. I will need to call for emergency medical assistance upon docking. Can you walk?
He is going to go, I think so, and kind of like he's like basically crawling. But he's gonna keep going for it.
She just like grabs you by like the back of your cargo pants and just
Yes.
like carries you.
Amazing.
And begins heading back to the employee quarters. We're gonna take our bio break there. Trove, I think you like get this liquid up to your nose, and it has a very it smells like blood.
It's the stuff.
And that's where we'll do the bio break.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hi, hello, blam, blam, blam,
Blam.
blam, blam.
Blam.
We are back. We are back on the case, you might say. We're back on the case. I'm Claire. I'm with my friends. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons in space, in a spaceship. We're also playing Among Us, maybe? Who's to say? But we are here. I wouldn't say for the back half. We definitely do not have 2 more hours left to go.
No.
But some of us just really had to take a little moment. So here we are back together again to solve a murder. Darius, do you want to just in case we had a couple people rejoin during the bio break, do you want to just give us a quick TLDR, not DLDR,
Cool.
TLDR of what's happened? DDR, you have to dance through it.
Our players are very specifically not employees, but contractors on an interstellar package ship. After they woke up from hypersleep, they were having some power issues. Dr. Kane went to investigate what happened and was happening with the power issues, and the party found her missing her head. The party was able to piece together that the power surges are being caused by something being grown somewhere on the ship. They are also from they caused basically a bunch of ice to build up on the reactor. It exploded, cut the doctor's head off. Party realized that specifically, it seemed like a lot of appliances were plugged in at once, which may have directly caused this to happen. And they are currently in the employee-only section where they are not allowed, because again, they are contractors. Having found some strange liquid, Scales and Commandant Vash, the only employee on the ship, are headed back to the employee area And maybe something's going up with the android Rook. Who knows? Androids are always trustworthy, just your friend.
Your friendly neighborhood friend who is designed to look like your friendly neighborhood multi-billionaire CEO?
Yeah. So the android does look exactly like the CEO of the company.
So, are we talking like Jeff Bezos CEO, like
Jeff
possibly a lizard?
Bezos.
So no. It's there was a merger between 3 corporations, and what happened was the 3 CEOs basically agreed to allow it happen, but they had to each contribute 1/3 of the DNA to the new CEO, which is why the CEO's name is Jarvlin Marlswag, which is just like 3 names just mashed up together.
How much
And
for you
they're
to drop which 3 names it is?
it is Yarly, Calvin Marl, and Hamlin Swag.
Mm.
There are rumors that the DNA was not equally distributed in this person, but who knows? As
Are they growing? Never mind.
So, as you are kind of thinking and looking at this liquid, you realize that there's like an extra knob on the shower.
Oh no.
Could I have Sim?
You're sacrificing your rabbit?
I just cast mending on him and he heals.
Oh.
He just gets a new vestigial head every time this happens if he dies. So
he turns it, and you see the back of the shower slides open. As this happens, Scales and Commandant Vash both walk in to see this, and you all look and see the door slides open. You see a series of tubes and tanks. Floating in one of the tanks is not quite the clone of the CEO, but a large kind of mutated, distended version. And you hear Commandant Vash say, "Oh God, is that Freak Bean?" And she turns around, head completely blown off, and the android Rook is there with a big laser cannon. Everybody roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Always the android.
It was always the android.
I rolled a nat 20 on that initiation though, and
Holy
I'm ready to
shit.
go.
Oh, I am also ready.
Oh my god, I rolled a 19. 22, baby.
I got a 7.
I also have a 22 there.
Mine's a 23.
Wow.
Oh,
After my
damn. Okay,
initiation
where's
bonus.
coming out here?
Sorry, Scales, what did you get?
I got a 22.
And then Slowrock, what'd you get?
7.
Look, if you all, that's honestly for the better. You don't want the party to all be like the same initiative.
Yeah. Right.
Slow Rock is like,
How
I'm here.
Fucked is Scales right now.
Fucked.
Great. Cool. I got you, boo-boo.
I mean, I got these mechanical arms, so
Yeah.
that I
The
stole
cure
from a dead
wounds,
doctor.
mechanical arms.
As he like lowers the laser cannon, he looks at all of you as like, I discovered that all Ontion transit ships have a clone of our CEO and my baby brother. But if all of the ships have the clone in case of an emergency, should he die, that means that all of them would be activated, and I need to make sure that he was large enough to succeed in fighting the others. Saoirse, it is your turn. There's an android. There's also a big thing in a tank that like has just like a generic white man's face, kind of like pushed up against the glass against this like big muscly body.
Yeah. Okay. So the first question I have is, can the Cure Wounds arms be used as a bonus action? And it's okay if they can't be.
Let's say hell yeah.
Hell
You're not
yeah.
using your arms. They got their own shit.
You're not using your arms.
So Saoirse is going to extend all the arms and kind of like this isn't actually what Saoirse is doing, but I'm saying it for flavor. Just kind of like pinwheel, cartwheel over to Scales. In real life, she probably just runs because I don't want to do the acrobatics check.
Honestly, you can fully. You're small enough and they're big enough. You can fully just scuttle on them.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna crab walk over to Scales.
Yes.
And if I could have those mechanical arms cast Cure Wounds on Scales, I am going to start focusing on my my necklace of a dolphin, and reciting a prayer, something along the lines of like, "Oh, deep house, please protect me and my friends." And I'm going to call forth spirit guardians in the form of a flock of dolphins. Now,
Spectral dolphins fill the air.
Spectral
Their
dolphins.
calls.
So it's a concentration spell, but essentially I'm just going to read what it does. When I cast the spell, I can designate any number of creatures that to be unaffected by it. So I'm obviously going to designate my friends. But affected creatures' speed is halved in the area, which is 15 feet. Additionally, when they enter the area for the first time, they must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they take 3d8 radiant damage.
Damn.
Okay.
Fucking love spirit guardians.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So roll a
if I
d8
can
plus
do
3
all
for
that,
healing.
I guess.
Oh no, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Roll a d8 plus 3 for healing Scales.
Great. 8.
Great.
Well, I rolled a 5 and then plus 3.
Nice.
It's better
Spectral
than
dolphins
0.
fill the air. Scales, what do you do?
Scales is gonna just drop down to his knees in front of the android and just go, please don't hurt us. We're just here. Nobody is trying to hurt you or the CEO. He's using his race action to grovel and beg for mercy. And so all of my allies get advantage against attacks against the android.
Hell yeah.
And so that's my action.
I fully forgot Scales is a kobold.
Yeah.
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna crawl and try to hide in this area.
Cool. Yeah. Give me a stealth check because you like crawl like under the cabinets under the sink.
Yeah. 11.
Okay. Tove, what do you do?
Okay, I have 2 real things and then also a shenanigans question. So could it be an object interaction to have a flask and slide it to Scales? Because I can see him because his stealth check was trash.
Yeah. That's fine.
Great. I'm gonna slide it to Scales and go, drink that. And then as I say drink that, I'm also gonna cast Healing Word as a bonus action, and then you will get I'm actually gonna use my 2nd level spell to cast Healing Word on you because I don't want you to die. I need another d4 though. Okay, here we go. Oh, I just clicked it and it started rolling. 2 plus 3 plus another 3 from being an alchemist, so 6, 4, 10 hit points back. And then
Nice.
Will you roll me a d6, please? A d6.
1.
Cool. When you drink that,
Yeah.
I think that one is actually the healing one. Hang on. So every day, Tove just makes a random beverage, just a fun liquid.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, it must be really fun at parties.
It's an experimental. It's an experimental elixir. I have to like find where it is in the. This is like 1,000 years long. Okay, yeah, healing. When you drink it, you will regain 2d4 plus my intelligence modifier, so plus
Wow.
3. So basically another version of that spell when you drink it. And then for my action, I would just like to walk up, or I would just like to pull out my space gun and shoot this. I just fully Tove just reaches under her lab coat and has a laser gun.
Oh yeah.
You never know what you'll see on a ship. And I would just like to try to shoot this. Because we have advantage, right?
Yes.
Because of groveling. That's a 23 to hit.
Hell yeah.
For arousing 5 points of damage.
Well,
Pew pew.
you give like a little blast, and you see like it like scorches off like the skin, and you can see like the metal underneath. It is now Rook's turn. He looks around and is like, I've read all of the employee folders on you. He is gonna aim at Shersha with his big laser cannon.
All right.
Does a 17 hit you?
Oh, I mean, obviously, I'm a janitor.
Okay. You take 17 points of damage, of radiant damage as he shoots you with a laser. Give me a con save to maintain concentration.
Yep, that was what I was about to say. A 6.
Not quite. The
Yeah, that sounds
dolphins
right.
fade, like, excellent, no hindrances to me. And he begins to just walk past all of you. And he walks up to the control panel of like the big machine with the clone in it. Everyone gets attacks of opportunity on him.
Yeah.
Amazing. I guess I'm gonna hit him with my hammer. I can't shoot him with a gun for an attack of opportunity.
No, it's
can
gotta
I?
be a melee attack.
Cool. 15 to hit?
Misses.
Well, that's alright. I have a
That's real
1d4
close.
-1 with my hammer anyway, so I'm a strong lady.
So Saoirse doesn't have any weapons because she's a janitor. Additionally, she is a pretty religious person who doesn't really believe in harming a lot of people, so none of her spells really do a lot of damage.
You've got the broom. You could also
got
use
that
your,
broom?
You got a broom.
Yeah.
you could also use the arms if you want.
They're just gonna throw the broom.
Yeah.
Let's see. A 5
To hit?
to hit.
Yeah, that misses.
The broom sails.
I got a 15 to hit with the dagger that I pulled out as I was crawling.
It just misses.
Oh, then I definitely missed because I got a 14. I was waiting for everyone else to line
Which is
it up.
so funny
Fucking
because
robot just walks right past all of us.
and I have pack advantage. I rolled
Yeah,
with advantage
was-
and that's what I got.
You realize like, I was very close. That's the end of his turn. Slow Rock, it is your turn.
Slow
Yeah.
rock going
Smash.
for the big clock. Actually, question. So how far away am I from the clone thing?
Probably like at most 15 feet, but like really like 5 or 10. Like you're in like a bathroom. It's a
Right.
nice large bathroom, but like, it's maybe like 15 across like square.
Yeah, okay. So I think Slow Rock is interested in two things: beating the crap out of this robot, but also like getting rid of the clone. What is the clone in again?
It's in like a big tank full of like fluids, and it's like floating in there all like hunched up.
So like if I like hit the tank, it would take a lot to break it. Yeah.
So give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Okay. That's a 2.
That's a 2. You're like, man, I don't even know. Like maybe it's real hard. Maybe it's not hard at all. Maybe I could just like kill it by like punching through the glass into its face and ripping its heart out.
Ah. Okay. Slow Rock's gonna go over to the clone,
Mhm.
and we're gonna try one thing first. We're going to attempt to just unarmed strike in classic monk
Punch.
fashion. We're gonna punch the tank.
Cool.
Yeah. When in doubt, punch.
That was only a 10 to hit.
That I mean, you like hit it and you're like, that didn't. Maybe I hit like it doesn't seem like it's crazy hard to break, but like,
Right.
yeah.
But it sucks. Okay, so I think in anger, I would then go ahead and use one of my little. Wait, I technically hit it, right? I mean, I hit. It's not moving. I hit the tank.
So you didn't technically you didn't hit it because then you like
right.
for flavor you punch it because like you can't fucking miss it, but like you don't hit it hard enough to like roll damage, so like it's not really a hit.
Okay,
got,
so
like,
let's just go ahead and say that I do that, and that's my turn.
Joe,
We're doing so
more
well.
attacks.
You have key points and
I
stuff
was
too,
gonna use a
Allie.
flurry of blows, but I didn't hit it. I mean, like what?
Wait, aren't you level 5?
Yeah.
Don't you have 2 attack space?
Do I? I don't actually know that.
I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
true.
you're right. I do.
Actions, yeah.
You're right. Good point. Let's try it again. I'm just gonna punch it again. And in this case, God, these rolls are shit. I got an 11. What is wrong?
You're very, very close, but again, not quite.
Oh my lord. Well, I'm over
You
by
can
the
also
tank,
use your
everyone.
bonus action to punch once more.
You know, yeah, let's just go for it. Why not?
Slow Rock just beating the shit out of a tube.
Oh,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
it's a 10. All right, no, it was a 9.
Are you rolling a d20?
Yes, I am. I honestly haven't exceeded a 14, just like rolling on my own for like just messing around. It's just not my night.
Dude.
Cool. Trisha, it's back to you.
Great. So Rook is waking up this giant tube baby.
Probably on
is
his
that
turn.
on his turn? Great. Okay. Can I target the tube baby with a spell preemptively?
Depends on the spell, but probably.
The spell is blindness.
Yeah, that's horrifying. Yeah, let's go for it.
Thank you. I want them to be born unable to see.
Cool.
Wow.
Saoirse is going to grab her dolphin necklace and be like, "Oh, Deep Shashelis, please take the vision from that boy," and cast blindness on the tube baby while the arms stab her in the side to cure her wounds.
Oh. Yeah. It's got a lot. Is it a con save?
It is a con save.
It's got a lot of con, but it rolled very poorly. You see it like kind of like thrash around a bit. And that's yeah, and it seems to take an effect.
Incredible. Thank you.
Scales.
Can I'm going to try to hit the tank because it seems like that's the thing to do.
Okay.
And well, let me just see quick if it'll hit or not. I would guess that it does with a 24 to hit.
Absolutely.
So what he does is he pulls out that hammer from before that he was flipping around, and he's just gonna wail it across at the lovely tank. Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on. For 18 damage.
Hell yeah, you shatter the tube.
Yeah.
This thing like comes like falling out, like kind of like onto Slow Rock. There's like
Like I knew with you DMing it would be horrifying, but every time it is, I'm like, it's Darius.
As it like comes down, Rook's like, no, baby brother. And I'm gonna roll initiative for it. Because you broke the tube instead of it waking up normally, it basically has a bunch of hindrances on it. It's also blind. So this will be
Yeah.
Oh, it's so heavy on my body.
Okay. Oh, this is perfect. So it got Scales, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
You know what? He's not gonna try to hide because he's just like in shock from shattering the tube with a hammer. So he's just gonna sit there on the ground, kind of with his hand still in the air from when he threw it.
It got a 20 on its initiative, so it's up next.
Great.
It like lurches upward and looks like baby brother. Cool.
I hate this. I hate
There's
it.
something about it I don't like either.
Thanks.
Cool.
I hate it.
It's going to
Actually, with my
Mhm.
my bonus action, I'm gonna use Master of Tactics to help whoever will be next after
make Tove.
Tube Man.
Cool. So it's blind. It gets 3 attacks and it's gonna make those at random.
Did you say it fell on Slow Rock?
No, but like not like quite. You kind of get like
Okay.
pushed out of the way.
Okay, good. I
Slow
was
Rock
like, oh no.
does a 15 hit you? Hello?
Yes. I was staring at a completely different part of this screen of my character sheet. Yes, it does hit me.
You take 12 points of damage.
Fair enough.
The other 2 attacks are being made on Rook.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Baby brother.
That's what I like them not to see.
Ah.
Both hit. And it just does a massive amount of damage. It like grabs him by the head and like smashes him against the wall. And you see Rook is doing very poorly.
Oh.
It's like,
Rook.
and
could've been me.
Tove, it is your turn.
Okay. How's everybody health-wise? How we is everybody
Managing.
fine? Great.
I'm pretty bloodied, but I'm not dead.
You all right.
I
You
got
okay?
arms.
I'm totally good. I'm
Okay.
chilling now.
I would like to shoot the I feel I feel like Tove is just going to I'm realizing I prepped the same spell twice because there is Melf's acid arrow and regular acid arrow, which is so dumb.
You can pick another one on another turn.
I would like to shoot no, I would like to shoot him with an acid arrow, Melf's or otherwise.
Cool.
That's all.
Shoot the clone.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's like, well, it seems like he's got that taken care of. And I have advantage because Scales is helping me,
And also because he's blind.
and also because he's blind. Great. Oh my god. Okay, the first one was a 3, and the second was a nat 20.
Hey.
Okay.
Hype.
The clone is also wearing like the hypersleep tidy whities.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh,
Make it.
sheesh.
Hey, you know what, Darius? Just make it worse. Just if you could just make it like a little worse, that would be good.
Do they look like they're fully formed, or do they look like a giant baby? Is my question.
Yeah.
So they're not like a giant, like it's clear this was like originally just like a normal clone of the CEO. But you can see like weird like growths and stuff on it because it seems to be like given like extra like growth hormones and things like that.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Sarah's just still
Yeah.
gonna
Okay.
call it 2, baby. I just wanted to know.
It's an even 30 for this turn because of the crit. I rolled 4 4s.
Hell yeah.
And then, so next turn, at the end of its next turn, it'll also take another 2d4. If that crit with it, is it 44 then?
I don't think so
Or
because it's just like a
2d4?
spell effect at this point.
Great. So yeah, then it'll be another 2d4 at the end of its next turn.
But yeah, you
If
do
it's
a
not
hell of a
dead.
lot of damage to it.
Yeah, it's just like a spicy. She puts a different liquid into her gun and is like, "This one's special."
It like screams and its flesh burns. It's horrible. It is Rook's turn. Rook is like, no, it's not your fault, it's them. He is gonna don't hurt him. He's gonna shoot at you, Tove.
You killed the only person on this ship who is consistently pleasant to me.
I didn't kill her. The Vash realized that she knew she was figuring out about the clone, but Vash didn't know that we needed to do more for the clone. Does a 17 hit you?
Yes. Wait. So Vash was doing power surges? No.
Yes, Vash knew about the clone, but didn't know what I was doing to it.
Is she here?
She's like bleeding out on the ground.
I thought
Good.
her head got
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like very injured. She
It's
might
not
live.
happening.
It's rolling death saves deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not casting Spare the Dying on her pointedly.
Hey,
Cool.
we got
you
a
take
raid,
18 points of,
baby.
of radiant
Hello,
damage.
thank you
Yo.
for the raid,
Hey,
gang.
what's
We're
up?
fighting capitalism.
Hello,
One clone at a time.
One clone at a time. Okay, how much did you just hit me for?
18 points of radiant damage.
Ugh.
Okay,
The
I will
party,
take that off
figured
the
out
jaw.
That the spaceship's doctor was murdered because the spaceship's doctor found out that the spaceship had a clone of the CEO who owns the spaceship. What they didn't know, though, was that the android on the ship, who also looks exactly like the CEO, found the clone and was like mutating him to make him big so he could fight other clones. In not really understanding how you become CEO of a company, or maybe understanding too well. It is now Slow Rock's turn. There's a big meaty clone next to you.
Yeah, it's time to punch a
Yes.
meaty clone. All right, please. I just want to land one punch. Is that so much to ask, Dice Gods? All right, 18.
Hits.
Yeah.
Let's get that damage in there. So let's see. That's gonna be a 10. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna maybe hit with a 16.
Yeah, that also hits.
Yes.
Heyo.
We're gonna get a 7 on that, and then we're gonna use one of our beautiful key points, and we're gonna do a flurry of blows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Punch.
yeah. Well, maybe not. That was only an 11.
An 11 doesn't hit.
No.
But you get 2 punches with that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
2
you
unarmed
should have 4.
strikes. Gotta read. 22.
Hell yeah, that hits.
Yes. Slow Rock's not useless for 6 points. Ooh, I don't know what it'd feel like to like punch a clone. I feel
squishy.
kind of like,
Normal.
yeah, like a little like reluctance, like you feel it.
It's like extra muscly and wet because it was in like the growing tube.
And you like see
Gross.
it flying off.
Don't like it.
And
Feels
Scales, it is now your
weird.
turn.
Great. Scales is let's see. Scales is gonna grovel and beg to the clone now.
Does the clone have to be able to see you? Because it is blind.
Yeah, that can see you. So never mind. I cannot grovel, unfortunately. No groveling. I'm going to then try to throw a wrench at the clone, since that worked out for me the last time. With a 17 to hit.
That's...
For 11 damage with my wrench.
Hell yeah. It's looking pretty hurt.
And then for my
hmm?
bonus action, yeah, I'll aid Slow Rock with my master tactics. Try to help you out, so you get advantage on your next attack.
Yeah, and I just kind of want to like air punch and like solidarity to Scales, and I just want it like some of that liquid just like flying off a little bit.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Cool. It is now the clone's turn. Cool. It's gonna make 2 attacks on you, Slow Rock.
Come at me.
It gets a 14 to hit for 1, and
that is
okay, and then the other one also hits.
Yeah.
And you take 15 plus another 10, 25 points of damage total as he just smacks into you.
Out.
He also swings into Rook the android, and does 15 points of damage, knocking Rook out as well.
Wow.
Tove, it is your turn. The clone is rampaging, but very injured. And it takes acid damage now?
Yes, 2d4. Well, that's 2 ones. It takes a whopping 2 additional points of acid damage.
Oh.
There's a lot of liquid pouring out on it, kind of washes the acid away.
I, with one hand, aim at the clone with my gun and shoot, and with the other hand, aim at Slow Rock on the floor and go, no, we're finishing this, and cast Healing Word. So that you pop back up.
Word.
Okay. 10.
Woo!
4 plus 3 plus 3 for being an alchemist. So, you get that many back, and then I'm gonna try to, so you pop back up for 10.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try to shoot this.
Thank you kindly.
Gross. Oh, do I have advantage because he's blind? Still? Or no? Great. Okay. Oh, that was almost another nat 20. 25 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
Great. Oh. And also 10 for my laser gun.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's super injured.
Pew pew.
And Slow Rock, it is your turn.
All right, I'm back up. I'm swinging. I'm trying. I guess at this point, who's closest to me? Is it still the clone or is it Rook?
Rook's just like in a corner, like crumpled.
Okay.
It's probably the clone.
Let's go for the clone. This is just wrong. All right. Dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
Yes, indeed. Let me roll that other one. And the other one was 16.
Yep, also hits.
Okay, cool. So we're talking. Roll this out. I don't trust my own rolls. We're talking 15, and then, gosh, yeah. I mean, I gotta use another one of these key points. We just gotta keep punching stuff.
How much damage did you do?
I did 15.
Slow Rock, how do you kill the clone of your boss?
Yes. Okay. So I was down, and then I got Tove to help me up, and I'm feeling like, yeah, like team, we got this. And so I think I'm kind of going in for like a little bit of like a little jump punch on the first to follow up with a second, and I'm just like, yeah, no, like nothing of great promise, nothing going down in the history books, but just so excited to slam it down.
Hell yeah. You punch the clone in the face. It crumples to the ground. From the corner, you hear Ricky like, "No, he was beautiful." Tove, with your perception, you see Rook, his systems fail. But before he dies, you see a little device slip out of his hand.
I would like that, please.
As you examine it, you can tell it is a communicator of some sort. And it looks like it sent out a message
No.
on a secure channel.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
To where?
I think with your intelligence, you can tell it was sent to every android.
Oh. Oh no. I would like to make sure that the Commandant is dead because she killed the only person that was friendly to me all the time.
She's stable if you want to ask her any questions.
God, oh my God, I was muted. Saoirse would like to go up to the dead 2 baby on the ground and start performing, his last rites. So she's going to go up, dolphin thing in hand, holding his hand, be like, "Oh, please, Deep Seychelles, please recognize that this 2 baby was only caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Please guide him to your everlasting shores."
Oh, baby.
I'm just gonna kind of kick the Commandant awake a little bit here.
She like coughs up some blood. The side of her head that got hit was the one with the bionic eye, so there was some extra like metal there to protect her. But she looks not great.
Hello, good morning. It appears you have a hard head. Nevertheless, what is the best manner in which to deactivate any sort of tracking systems on the ship?
The ship is literally
Say what you will, there must be a way.
Just
You
ask
could-
the Commandant that.
Fly us close to a star experiencing a solar flare and hope it doesn't fry all of our systems, including the tracking devices.
Well,
Every package has its own tracking number and tracking device.
opening the doors and letting loose the packages is the least of our problems.
And the ship, but yes. Also, all of you individually.
I propose we go full Firefly, gang.
Did you just hear that? We're screwed.
Wait, what happened? Well, besides the tracking.
TLDR Rune like goes through a whole thing. And it's like there is a matter of moments, truly.
The message was sent to the androids?
Yes.
Well, so it wasn't sent to the company.
I don't understand. I assume they are in cahoots?
That's what I thought as well, but apparently the androids don't know about the clones.
Oh, and this was a surprise to Rook?
Yes.
And that is why... Ah, well now they do.
Mm.
Well, I think we should just start killing some other people. This
Well,
doesn't
my
sound like
vote-
an idea.
Remarkably, the people are not the problem here.
All right,
I think we actually are in less danger. In reality, everyone else on other ships is in danger.
Yes.
Is that
So maybe we should tell them
our
but also-
problem?
Yeah,
I mean,
what if we just don't tell anybody? We can find different jobs.
My vote, Vast, just like on the ground, is we inform the company, get a reward for it, and then call it fairsies.
What an excellent idea. I would like to kill her.
Yeah, that's fair.
You kill her.
Great. It would appear that we're all the employees now.
Are we
Shall we claim a reward?
still getting paid?
Handsomely,
Oh,
Slow Rock.
absolutely.
Handsomely.
Okay.
We found the murderer.
Uh,
We did the training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got a doc.
Like now we just gotta get loaded. 3 sheets to the wind.
I
Um,
have
Yes.
so many liquids.
That
uh,
is
as
gross.
the ship docks, you like the doors open and you see that there are a series of armed guards, and a woman standing there with 4 briefcases, and just like, so each of these is for you if you tell no one. To accept the suitcase, you will be implanted with a bomb that will kill you if you tell anyone. But it is $10 million in each suitcase.
Can we talk about it with one another since we all already know?
That sounds hard to program.
Can we
No.
talk it over with each other to see if, how we're all feeling? Kind of gauge the room.
Sure.
Saoirse's gonna kind of like coax people into a huddle and be like,
Huddle up.
so Tove, can you take the bomb out of our necks or whatever?
I could try, but whoever goes first is, Here's the thing, someday, absolutely. Today, if I'm being honest with you, liquids are the strong suit. Blood is a liquid, but you know what isn't? The bones that will explode.
I mean,
But
there's too many
we
of them.
want to
Just kill them.
never talk about it and go out together and get better at things and become friends. Then maybe someday I could take them all out.
Oh,
So we're just supposed to become friends and never talk about the thing that made us friends.
I'm not good at friends.
I mean, I'm gonna take the suitcase either way. So
That's a good point. Scales is right.
Yeah.
I'm taking the suitcase.
Take the
regardless of what
suitcase and then
happens
get
between-
Scales to like detonate one of them anyway. It's fine.
Scales, do you want to try? To
Yeah,
get the
because
bomb
really, they're going
out
to
of your
kill
neck?
us if we don't take the suitcases. So,
Why are they gonna
Oh, they
kill
will
us?
definitely
Zern
kill
has
us.
entered the huddle.
CERN.
Zern, oh my god.
You missed so much.
Zern.
Was
I
Zern
Yeah,
tried
what
to hug
happened?
him.
What happened? He kinda-
TLDR.
they kind
we
of
give him a
lean out.
TLDR.
It's a surprise.
Uh,
You,
you, like,
need
start-
to tell the people with the suitcases that you're gonna tell them. You're gonna tell everyone about what happened on this ship.
They like lean back, like, sorry. So that I know what happened, and they just get shot.
Well, I'm proving everyone.
I say
Right,
take
so
the
we
Sorry,
should
Zern.
take the case,
Yes,
And
absolutely take the
me-
case.
and we will never discuss this again, but know that I will work on a methodology to get the bombs out of us, and this will be the only time we talk about
Yes,
That's the
absolutely.
copper bottom plan, if I say so myself.
Yeah, let's go. Get paid.
Excellent. She hands you each a briefcase. And then she says, you've about 5 minutes to leave this station. One of those cases should buy you a ship. This is my advice to you. I am also leaving this ship. And you start to hear like alarms blaring in like the ship. And like the screens flickers, like the face of maybe it's the CEO, maybe it's a clone, maybe it's the android, who knows? Comes onto screen and begins to inform everyone that they are the new CEO, as they are constantly cut in and out by apparently other people also doing that.
Yep. Gotta go. Gotta blast.
Let's go.
And our crew of contractors gets
Yeah.
themselves a ship and leaves.
3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah. Out in space.
We did
let's
it!
go.
Wow.
So many liquids. Ah!
So many liquids.
Darius! What a delightful mystery. Fine work. Where
Yes!
let's do a little last closing last rites, if you will. That Saoirse didn't get to
Did
do.
you
as-
shoot
as
everyone
much
out
as
the
often.
airlock?
Oh no, we forgot.
We
We
forgot.
forgot about the
Oh
airlock.
no.
Oof. Well, we had to go. She would understand.
I mean, really, the prayer was all that mattered for Saoirse, so.
That's fair.
Hey, if you enjoyed what you saw tonight, hey, thanks. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your moms, teach them how to use Twitch. You can find me on the internet at Claire the DM. You can find our illustrious guest DM online at Darius_Minis. You can find Allie online at ALLE San. She is about to be, I think, dropping maybe links and stuff in the chat as I say them. You can find Joyce online at Rejoice Murphy. And Derek, since you're new to the channel, where can the people find you?
At Dunbuckles on Instagram. Also our kind of fictional-ish D&D podcast, which is you're listening to just the character side of D&D as all Arcadians. It is on hiatus, but there are 3 seasons backlogged that you can listen to, and it's really fun.
Whoa. Absolutely incredible. Does anybody else have anything they would like to plug? If you liked the music you heard during the bio break here today, that is written by and recorded by our one and only beautiful, perfect being, Rejoice Murphy. You can listen to it on Spotify. I don't know. You can listen to it on Spotify. And last but not least, what else are we doing on the channel? So next week, Tuesday, we will be back. We'll be back. Well, at the end of September schedule is a little weird. Joyce and I will continue to be doing Date With Us. We're going to try to continue Raptor Boyfriend on Tuesdays. Ooh. And then we're doing a little bit of a hiatus from our D&D Wednesdays for a minute here. But we will be coming back with a blast in the form of Faywatch, modern day Fae take on Baywatch, DM'd by the one and only incomparable Allie. Yet again, it's gonna be really fun. If you enjoyed what you saw, check out our Discord. Come talk with us in the Twitch Talks channel about what you saw, and hopefully we will see you around the internet.